Hey guys, Deslater Magic here, and I'm hoping you're having a fantastic April 16th, or as we like to call it, Ban and Restricted Announcement Day. Oh yes. Now this is the BNR announcement that happens just pointlessly right before the release of a new set and standard. The next one is a dangerously far away July 2nd, so that'll be when they ban half the cards in Dominaria. I can't wait. Maybe Torrential will finally get banned. So what did they ban today? Well, nothing in any format at all, which is very surprising. They've been very, very micromanaging all the different formats. I mean, I think like 2 cycles ago, they banned or restricted or something 2 cards in Vintage or Legacy or something like that. Those crooked morons running the Commander ban list, who knows what they would ever do, so they weren't included in this one, I guess. I don't even know if they followed this cycle. And in Standard, I mean, it's playable. There's nothing just absolutely broken. I think some of the ones were a little annoying, a little obnoxious, a little hard to stop from the last tournament. But nothing is just like, whoa, you know? It feels like you could just pick up something and play it. I'm actually kind of having like problems building a new deck. I just figured, screw it, I'll wait for Dominaria. But besides that, I've been looking at new strategies, and they're not, because Amonkhet works with itself. Aether Revolt and Kaladesh work with themselves, and you can't just say, oh, I'm going to build a vehicles deck. Like, it's already been done. All the decks that are, proven to be pretty successful, the deck archetypes, I should say, are out there, and we already know that they're not going to beat what's out now. Rivals made Ixalan actually playable, so anything that anybody came up with in Ixalan, they probably just upgraded for Rivals, and just not much changed. Now, Dominaria is like 100% play Dominaria or don't. There's so few cards that work with anything else, except for a couple universals like the new Collected Company, and obviously like some mana ramp cards, but some of them aren't even in the rare slots. So I am deeply concerned about the ability of them to sell Dominaria. It's either going to be the one everybody switches to, or it's going to fall flat on its face. Because remember, energy could not be stopped. Nothing in Amonkhet or Hour of Devastation could stop energy, so both of the sets sold like garbage. Well, looking at what's out right now, I don't think it'll beat anything in Dominaria. I think like the average casual player will jump on it because, they like the characters, they like the color combinations, just whatever. Like they like the wizard mechanic. I love wizards. I'm going to build a wizards deck whether it's good or not. I just want to play with wizards. But I will say the one that looks like it'll sell is black-white life manipulation, life gain, triggers. I mean, there's different ways to go with it. You could go almost black-white revolt, or you could go just straight up like black-white life gain, reservoir backup condition. The other thing is mechanized production with like, what was that, power shard or whatever? Power stone shard, I think it is. That might be something because you've already got Revel and Riches, mechanized production, and treasure generators. And then you've got the vehicle that taps for mana. So on top of that, you've got the shard. It's, I mean, if you have a backup win condition of Torment of Hailfire, you've got something. I don't recall a good blue X spell that'll end the game, but I don't know. You could throw like a Planeswalker in or something. I don't know. You would need a couple cards to dump mana into as a backup win condition, and then just use the treasures to feed it if you can't get to 8 or 10 treasures. But just think about that. It's like an all-in combo deck that doesn't need the combo to go off, and you use a partially completed combo, which is a couple treasures on the field, or a replicated vehicle that taps for mana, or a replicated power stone shard, and any one of those can feed into a game-ending spell. And then the rest is just control, and remember, there's about to be 7 sets legal, so control always gets better when there's more control spells to choose from. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like something should have cycled out. I feel like we should have lost Kaladesh and Aether Revolt, and we should have. Like, that's not even an opinion. We should have lost those sets. Wizards' original intention was to cycle the cards twice per year, so every card would be legal for 18 months, not 2 years. So when we have sometimes 5 sets are legal, and sometimes I think it'll hit 9, or maybe it's 8. It's one of the two. That's so different that I think it kind of discourages deck building and stuff. I totally got people's point when they said, I want to play with the cards longer. Well, it's like nobody wants you to play with Thoughtseize and Ugin any longer, but the lands. Having to buy the lands is unavoidable. It affects every player unless you're playing mono. That I get. I mean, 6 months more out of your $10 a piece lands, I can get that. But then again, 4-color energy and even 3-color energy. The only reason that worked is because it was too damn easy to fix the colors. If we would have lost some of the lands that made that doable, it wouldn't have been doable. So I've got to say, I do agree with their decision to not ban anything in Standard, especially because this is just not when you do it. It doesn't make sense. Unless they were to just blatantly ban something in order to cripple a deck or a format so that it moves it out of the way for Dominaria so that they actually sell it, which, I mean, come on, you guys know Wizards would do that, obviously. Other than that, I mean, I want Torrential gone because I'm sick of it, but I can't really name a whole lot more. Oh my god, put Mirage Mirror and Torrential in the Revel and Riches Mechanized Production deck? Damn! I might build it. I might legitimately build it. It's not what I usually build, but I'm so confident it would win, I might do it. So let's move on to the other formats. Let's take care of the easy ones. Vintage and Legacy I don't give a crap about, and like I said, the people who run the Commander ban list are so crooked and so just accused of insider trading. I'm sure they knew about it ahead of time and bought up 1,000 copies of Protean Hulk. And then Wizards reprinted it to death, so they deserve that if they were still holding them. There was literally no reason to ban that. It's not less degenerate. There aren't more answers for it. It was just, oh, we want the price to go up. That's the way I see it. So screw that. Vintage and Legacy I have no interest in. I don't know anything about it other than it's not Magic at all. Whoever goes first wins, and you sue each other for shuffling your $1,000 cards wrong. But as later, it's more interactive than you think. Sometimes the game even goes to turn 3. And yet most of the decks win the exact same way every single game. That is boring and a stupid waste of time. Sorry, but I'm not going to play along and help you do your little mental gymnastics to justify the amount of money that you spent on your Vintage or Legacy deck. You're an idiot. So should they ban something? Should they unban some? I don't give a crap. So moving on to a format that people actually play and is actually fun and people actually care about, Modern, which has been changing immensely in the last year to year and a half. Now, people have been mistakenly saying, oh, it's more diverse now. There's more decks you can play. I guess that's true, but it's an illusion because as soon as they settle back to, what the main decks are and what the most powerful decks are, because there were new deck ideas and people will finally figure out, okay, this beats that beats that. Oh, okay, the most likely to win is this. Then we're going to get back to Modern just being like a 5-deck format like it was 2-3 years ago. Speaking of that, do I think that they made the right decision not banning anything in Modern? No, and I never will until they ban just not fun decks and infinite combo too soon decks, which they did get rid of Amulet Bloom and they did get rid of Splinter Twins, so cool. I thought they were going to keep it going and get rid of Kitchen Finks, which is one of the most toxic decks I've ever seen. It doesn't have an enormous win percentage. It doesn't have like an astonishingly high card cost. It's not like always number one at the tournaments, but it's so degenerate, so hard to stop, so consistent. I hate everything about the deck, and traditional ways to stop it don't work. You have to get really specific or just lose the game, and that's just stupid to me. And then Affinity. Can we just ban Affinity? People are sick of playing against stupid freaking binary condition Affinity. Literally, the card Naturalize will stop that entire deck. One counterspell can stop that stupid deck. I mean, it's so fragile, but it's so like consistently going to win. It's almost always at the top of, common tournaments and online. And honestly, it pretty much always has been, and they had to ban a whole bunch of cards to power it down. I'm just sick of seeing it. I'm sick of that stupid deck. It's not just me. Everybody's sick of Artifact Affinity. If it just went away, nobody would care. And then for the sake of online variety, can we get rid of Storm the rest of the way? That's another deck that had to be banned, a couple cards banned from it already because it was just too good and too obnoxious. It's just an all-in combo, and if you mess with their little chain of ramping or get rid of Ascension, they die. I mean, everybody says, oh, they have a backup burn win condition. Not against a typical Modern deck. They can't last that long. They can't do damage that quickly. And third, oh my god, why is Lantern Control still a thing? Why did anybody allow that deck to become a thing? And why has nobody done anything about it? It is the most toxic, evil, obnoxious, not fun pile of garbage that I've ever played against, ever. And I've played against Charbelcher. I went to a Modern tournament when Eldrazi were big, and I actually did really well, which is kind of funny. As it turns out, Beholder Alpha 3.0 and Black Death can both just kick the crap out of that deck. That was pretty funny to me, but I've never seen anything like that where it's like by turn 3, you can't do anything, you can't swing, you can't attack, you can't just, you might as well just forfeit. That's not Magic, that's just a waste of time. It's just a stupid, aggravating, annoying, needless waste of time, and nobody should be allowed to even have that deck anymore. I don't care if you're going to say, oh, but it doesn't win that often. Oh, it has a weakness. Oh, you can beat it by this. Oh, just sideboard this. I don't care. It shouldn't be a thing. I shouldn't have to play around it. Nobody should ever have to play against that toxic deck, ever. I mean, that's all there is to it. So they really, really, really should have banned Affinity, Finks, and Lantern Control. Because just think about what's left. It's things that actually resemble playing Magic, and they're actually fun, and they're interactive, and they require decisions and proper mulligan decisions, and just, you know, like doing and undoing things and back and forth, and oh, look at the board state now, and now he's winning, and, you know, I don't think modern games just simply need to be longer. I think, like, you can have an absolute shootout for like 6-7 turns. I mean, I've even seen that in Standard, and it's fun and interesting, but there's nothing fun and interesting about, okay, I can't even play my deck, or, oh, good, you won with this degenerate combo on turn 4 again. I wonder what you're going to do next game. Maybe win with a degenerate combo the exact same way with the exact same cards. It's just boring, repetitive, and stupid. They just need to get rid of all infinite combos from Magic completely, which they have said they try to do that in Standard. They've done it to an extent in Modern, but they do consider it a valid win condition because it's so fragile. But see, I go one further with this and say, what's the point? Why even let it be a thing then? I mean, you ever watch Modern tournament coverage? Oh, look, he disrupted the combo and the other guy won. Oh, he didn't pull his sideboard card and the same guy won. That's it. I'm not even joking. Those are the two things that can happen. Nothing else can happen. It's so boring. You either stopped it or you didn't. What a snooze. I mean, you look at really creative, new, fun decks like Black Devotion, I don't know, I guess 5-color humans. I haven't paid too much attention to it, but it looked kind of fun on the surface. Kind of. I mean, it's a little runaway, but I don't know. Just some of the other decks people are playing. I mean, even like a White Life Gain is still pretty funny. My Black Death deck is amazing because it's just like, if you're playing creatures, you're going to have a bad time. And by the way, I'm not the only one complaining about this on the competitive scene here. All the pros have been like, okay, we want Blood Moon gone, because people, they sideboard in Blood Moon. Certain decks just cannot play with Blood Moon on the field. So it comes down to, did he draw Blood Moon after he put it in his sideboard, or did he not? That's it. That's all there is. The game has degenerated to a binary condition, and binary conditions are boring and stupid. And not to mention, 0 skill, 100% luck. Because, I mean, okay, cool, the card's in your sideboard, you built your deck correctly, and now you threw it in. Everything past that is luck. Did you draw it? Or cheating, obviously, because we're talking about the pro scene. So did you draw it, or did you pull it out of your sleeve while you thought the cameras weren't watching? Because apparently pros think that's a thing that can happen. So yeah, Modern, I mean, it's getting healthier. There are more options out there, and the options are cheaper. The reprints are helping the price. Modern is going to a good place. It's just, let's just cut off the cancer in Modern. Let's just go, we're halfway there, okay? Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and bare minimum get rid of Kitchen Finks, Lantern Control, and Affinity. I want them gone. Just think about how much more fun and just friendly and playable the format would be if those 3 decks were gone. Oh my god. So that's what I have to say about the very poorly named banned and restricted announcement. I mean, I guess it's an announcement, and I guess it's about banned and restricted cards. It's just they didn't change anything. So is anybody surprised that they didn't change anything? I mean, this is the announcement where usually they don't change anything. I mean, July 2nd, they're probably going to have to change something. And what is on your wish list for cards you want banned and why? I know from experience it's a very long list from you guys, so leave that down in the comment section. I'd love to see what you guys think are the problems with each given format at the moment, and I'll see you guys next video. Oh, and I forgot to mention, ban Scarab God. Fuck that card.